Welcome to the Stupendous Marriage Podcast. My name is Stu Gray. Thanks so much for hanging out today. Not too long ago, I was asked to be on the Knowing Her Sexually podcast with Jay Parker and Chris Taylor. Now, these ladies are awesome marriage encouragers. They've been in marriage ministry for a long, long time. And Jay reached out and asked me to be part of their podcast. So I want to share a little bit of that conversation with you today. On this season of the Knowing Her Sexually podcast, they're talking to husbands in marriage ministry about what they've learned about women and their sex drives.
Throughout your marriage and through the marriage ministry you've done, what have you learned about women's sexuality? What has surprised you or what has been important? You know, what have you learned about women?
Women are different than men.
Amen.
Yeah. I assumed that Lisa was going to respond to sex the same way that I did, that she was going to enjoy it like I did. And how naive and dumb was I, right? Wow, learning to love someone who doesn't enjoy sex like I do is a big deal. And making space for that and knowing that she needs emotional connection. I mean, I'm still learning. We both work in the house. I work upstairs. She works downstairs, and she wants this emotional connection. So she'll come up and she'll plant literally right in front of my desk here. And I'm annoyed. I'm like, I'm in the middle of something. I'm doing work. I'm working on. And she wants to talk. And here's what's going on. And here's what our son is doing. And this is what we're doing today. And blah, blah, blah. I'm like, great. Okay, good. Okay, cool. And she had done this several times. And just being annoyed. Why does she keep coming up here? And finally, we have the conversation, and it just happened like several months ago. She wants me to come down and connect with her when I'm like working, because we're working in the house, because I can, make one flight of stairs down and like walk into her office and go, how you doing? Here's what I got going on today. What are you trying to, make happen? And what's in your world? And let's have coffee. And go figure that's loving her. She wants to connect with me more than just in bed. She wants to have an emotional, real talk. Conversation. She just wants to check in. She's not checking up on me by any means, even though that's not a bad thing, but she just wants to be in my life. And I have a friend who nearly lost his marriage because he would say to me, she doesn't want to hear what's going on at work. She knows what's going on at work. I do the same thing over and over and over. She doesn't care. There's nothing different. There's nothing to talk about. I was like, dude, just find one thing to talk about from your day. Whatever. Yeah, I had to fix this thing at the office. Oh yeah, this person said this to me. And why that was interesting you, or how it affected you, or man, it just knocked off your whole day and your schedule. Just connect. Find one little thing to talk about. That was just eye-opening for me. I was like, I am totally missing it. I know this intuitively. I'd read that for years, and I know that I know this, but then when Lisa sits in front of me, I totally miss it. So I'm still a moron, and I'm still learning and still moving forward and trying to be a better husband myself.
It's a marriage-long journey.
It is.
I'm feeling actually convicted here as you talk, because it's a little bit opposite here. Okay. My husband's the one who pops into my office but he's not wanting to have an emotional talk. He's wanting to get me to go recreate with him. Like, hey, do you want to go here with me? Do you want to do this? Hey, later, do you want to? And I'm thinking, I'm working. Leave me alone.
That's so awesome. That is so funny. I love that. So how have you guys got past that? Have you?
They haven't.
We haven't. I'm still a moron too, apparently.
I love it.
I do try to do a bit of the rain check thing too when I can, when I'm thinking clearly about it. Mm-hmm. I'll realize what he's doing and I'll say, hey, I'm in the middle of something right now, because I really can't give him the attention that it should be there, and say, but give me 10 minutes and then I'll come out there or whatever.
And that's been my response. Hey, give me about 15 minutes. I do the same thing. It's like,
I think range checks are so important in all of this, like whether it's sex that we talked about earlier, or these kinds of moments like this, that oftentimes in our marriage, there are ways that someone's making a bid to connect.
Yeah.
And the other person is just not there right at the moment. Okay. And then we can get upset because it's not happening right when we expected it to or wanted it to, when really the answer is not no. The answer is not now. And let's figure out a better time.
I really had a great time talking with Chris and Jay. You can check out the whole conversation at khsministry.com or check for the Knowing Her Sexually podcast in your favorite podcast player. Just scroll through. There's some great episodes there. Also, look for Jay. She is at hotholyhumorous.com, and Chris Taylor writes at honeycombspice.com. Wives, if you need encouragement, they also have an awesome podcast specifically for wives called Sex Chat for Christian Wives. You can look for that in any podcast player or hop over to their website, forchristianwives.com. That's all for this week. Talk to you next time. See ya.